What a great way to start our last day of Catholic Schools Week. To come here together and celebrate another one of our First Friday all-school masses. We honor Jesus' Sacred Heart. So, during this school year, we've been going to Mass and receiving communion on 9 First Fridays in a row. But the Sacred Heart isn't just about one day a month. It isn't just about coming here to celebrate Mass just one day. In December, we enthroned an image of the Sacred Heart of Jesus over in the school. And so I hope that every time you go down the stairs and you go past that image of the Sacred Heart, you're reminded of His great love for us. Because it's a love that doesn't just happen once a month, but it's a love that happens every single day. And this image can help us be reminded of His presence. But how do we practically live in a way that we honor Jesus' Sacred Heart every single day? Well, one way to do that is to make a morning offering. Now, I hope that many of you already pray when you get up in the morning. Hopefully at home right after you get up, and that's really the first thing that we do when you get to school is we offer prayers at the beginning of the day. And part of our morning prayer, it's really good to make an offering, a morning offering. So to offer or to give something to someone else. And so we're giving to God really our whole day. That's kind of the first prayer that we want to do. It's offering everything to Him. Because if you remember in that image over in our school, the Sacred Heart, that's what Jesus is doing. He's offering His heart to us. And so we want to offer our whole self back to Him each day. So we can make a morning offering. Growing up, my mom had put a morning offering prayer on the mirror in the bathroom so we'd see it when we got up in the morning. And so maybe we'd pray it when we saw that. So there's different ways of saying a morning offering, and I'll just show one that you could use, but we can use our own words. So this is how this prayer goes. O Jesus, through the Immaculate Heart of Mary, I offer you my prayers, works, joys, and sufferings of this day in union with the holy sacrifice of the Mass throughout the world. I offer them for all the intentions of your Sacred Heart, the salvation of souls, reparation for sin, and the reunion of all Christians. I offer them for the intentions of our bishops and all the apostles of prayer, and in particular for those recommended by our Holy Father this month. So there's a lot of words there. So I'll explain some pieces of that. First we start and we just say, oh, Jesus, because He's our friend. We use His name. And then we say, through the Immaculate Heart of Mary, because we always want to pray Jesus and Mary, asking them both for their assistance in our prayers. So then it says, I offer you my prayers, my works, my joys, and my sufferings this day. So we want to give our whole day to them. And that includes our prayers. So we want to give Jesus all of our different prayers, the different moments that we pray throughout the day. And then it says we give our works. So all the things that we do, the work that we have. So maybe that's our schoolwork or maybe our chores. So we get home, all the things that we do, we want to give to Him. And we can just say, Jesus, I want to give these things to you. I want to do them for you. And then it says we give them our joys and our sufferings. So we give them the things that bring us joy. So, Jesus, I give to you our volleyball game this afternoon. I'm going to do that for you. And we give Him our sufferings too. I know I have to study for this test, and I'll give that time to you, Jesus. Or, no, it's really hard to have Mrs. Pinkelman block the ball right back in my face. So, but Jesus, I give that to you. We give our joys and our sufferings, all the good and all the bad. We can give all that to Jesus. Then the prayer says, we offer them with the Mass. Because that's really what happens when we come here to church, is that we're offering ourselves. We're giving ourselves to God. And so we can imagine when we're at Mass, putting all that stuff that's going to happen in our day, putting it on the altar and giving it to Jesus. The next part of the prayer says, I offer them for the intentions of your Sacred Heart. Jesus knows so many things that need prayers for that we might not even know yet. And so that's what that means, is Jesus, offer them for the things that you know need to be prayed for. And the prayer mentions some of those things. It says, for the salvation of souls. That's a pretty amazing thing, is that, when we offer our day, Jesus can use it to help save souls, to bring souls, other people to heaven. It's a pretty amazing thing. The next thing says, for reparation for sins. It's kind of a big word. And actually, I'll talk about that next month during Lent, what reparation for sins means. And then it says, for the union of all Christians, so that all of us will work together. We won't fight and argue, but all Christians will be able to be one in Jesus. And then it says, for any intentions that our bishop might have, because a bishop has things that he wants to pray for. It says, for all others, apostles of prayer. That's everybody who's prays. And then finally it says, for the intentions of our Holy Father, Pope Francis. So Pope Francis has things he wants to pray for as well. And so we can offer all those things that happen during our day for those intentions. The saints were really the best at offering themselves to God, like David in our first reading, or St. Agatha, who offered herself so much that she was willing to die, willing to be a martyr for Jesus. So to honor the Sacred Heart, we don't have to be martyrs, but we can offer ourselves just like the saints did. And that's how we can honor Jesus' Sacred Heart, not just on first Fridays of a month, but on every single day, offering each day to Him. And so if making this kind of offering, giving our day over to Jesus, if that's not something we're used to doing, Lent's about to start, so that would be a great practice to do during Lent, to start up. And the prayer that I used as an example, you can use that, or we can use one that's maybe simpler for us to remember. Just using our own words, we can say, Jesus, I want to give to you everything that happens today. All of the good things, all the bad things, all the prayers, everything that I'm going to do today, I want to give to you. So that Jesus, your Sacred Heart, can use me today however you want, so that others may know your love.